Sam Wilson here, Sam's Antique Motors. Today we're going to do a little work with the laser cleaner, and I'm going to clean up, the main thing is I'm just going to demonstrate how this works on two ram's head exhaust manifolds that are pretty nasty. I actually already hit them a little bit when they were on the car just to get the bolts, all the rust off the bolts, where it was easier to get the nuts off without breaking those studs out of the manifold. And then I also have an intake cleaner that the motor's been built, but it's got the wrong intake on it. So we're gonna put the intake that came off. So I basically put it in the parts washer and cleaned the heavy grease off of it. And we're gonna do both of them and just show you how that works. So it's pretty impressive.
Well, the awaited day has arrived and the laser is delivered.
This baby's packed pretty nicely. Come all the way around the world. It's got nice clips on the crate that hold it all together, and it's strapped down, banded down with a strap. It's all
got casters.
saran wrapped and packed up, so this looks nice.
And adding a little water, distilled water, to the coolant tower. Put 1 gallon in. This is number 2. I think it's going to take about 3.
Here's the laser machine itself. This is a laser, a 1500 watt laser from Zing Laser, and it's a pretty robust piece of equipment. It does require a really nice clean air supply at about 72 psi. It's all touch screen, and on the settings here it has about 7 different profiles of the way that you can use this cleaner to do different things. I'm going to keep it on the grid pattern, and you can change the scan length of the beam from, in this case, it's about 75 millimeters. I think it goes up to 200 millimeters. It does have an onboard chiller, so when you turn on the onboard chiller, it's got distilled water and it makes its own cooling, and it requires a 50 amp circuit, so it's a pretty robust user of electricity. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get the laser turned on. These are some OD4-5 protective glasses, and this is the head unit itself right here. So I'm going to get this unwound, and we're going to do a little cleaning on these two ram's head manifolds. This thing is powerful, and it will catch wood on fire, so I just got these plates behind it just so it makes it shields this top. I need to get a steel table, but I'll show you what it does. So I have a fan set up just so it blows the smoke the other direction. This laser here has an air circuit that keeps it clean, but it's handy to just get some of the debris off of it. So I'm gonna just pull the trigger and let it go. See, I mean, it's just taking that cast metal, all the rust off of it, and it's just taking it to the bare metal, just, you know, almost immediately. You can see if you hit wood, it'll catch on fire. And it works great on threads. I mean, if you're trying to clean up an engine block, as soon as it quits making all that racket, you know it's done. Just realized I was watching where I was going and wasn't necessarily on the product. You can hear that hissing noise, and that's the air off the unit blowing the debris off. So now on the flip side, and you can see that it'll go up in these chambers. Anywhere this light will go, it'll go up in those chambers. That flame is just where there's oil buildup on the manifold. But you can see that is just nice gray metal. I mean, it just does a very impressive job. Now, I really stayed on that to get it to burn off some of that oil and stuff that's on there. So, you know, if you just stay on it, it will build up a little heat. This is kind of 160, 170, not anywhere near what a manifold does, you know, under normal operation, but it does build up a little heat. So what I've been doing on this stuff, on the stuff that's small, is cleaning it up like that and then just dropping it in the bead blaster and just giving it a little profile, and it'll be ready for some finish work. Very nice. And after 4 minutes of glass bead, basically I just dusted it to get you know, the charred and even consistent. We've got a nice GM date coated right hand manifold ready for some cast iron paint, and it'll be ready to go back on the car. Here's the 1500 watt laser fired up with air and coolant, 50 amps of service, and I'm going to just hit it on this frame a little bit so I can clean it up, make it a little easier to take apart. So here we go. This has got grease all over it, which is the main reason it's catching fire. But it's taking all that rust and all that grease off down to the gray metal. And I can't remember what setting this is. It's probably about a 100 millimeter beam set at about 1500 watts. Whenever it stops making that crackling noise, it's pretty much got everything off of it. So unfortunately, the light's not very good, but you can see that's just gray metal, and you know, with a little bit more focus, you can get that really cleaned up nicely. Gray metal. Doing a fairly good job of just knocking all those carbon deposits off also. And finally, I just hit it with a wire brush, kind of went all around all the nooks and crannies with a little small one, and I think this is ready to get it degreased and put some paint on it. All right, I'm real happy with this. I got it really cleaned up. I set the increment phase a little tighter just to kind of polish it, and then I just took a wire brush and went over it for about a minute and just hit all the areas, since I don't want to put this in a blast cabinet, and it's back to really clean.
Download the Resto-Rat app today to begin managing, tracking, and documenting your restoration project.